Hello, I will show how to make protocols work with our Brain Assistant, because the standard protocols will not work with our Brain Assistant right away. For example, if you take in the signal library a simple EEG protocol, it will not work with our Brain Assistant. The feedback will not be received. Since in our Brain Assistant, we need a connection with our Brain Assistant to BioTrace in order to transfer the data that says true or not true in an EEG event, like theta threshold is above or below. You can easily check by opening the Brain Assistant, go on live view, and see the top right indicates it says connecting to BioTrace and it's a circle. This means there is no connection because you need a green check mark, so the Brain Assistant receives data from BioTrace. It's very easy to implement a connection. Let's go to our basic screen and go to screen browsers. I prepared one of our standard protocols, and this is how it might look in your case. So let's fill it up with some data, and here we go. So we have our EEG and we have all of our theta, alpha, low beta, etc. But this data, true or not true, is not transferred to the Brain Assistant. All we need to do is create a new protocol. For that, what we want to do is we need a plugin. So you need to download the plugin, and copy it into your installation path and go into plugins, create a new folder and copy this connector into this folder. There's a different video that shows you in detail how to do that. Once you copy this plugin, all you need to do is create your custom protocol. So let's take a protocol I created already, go to File and say Save Screen As. And I will save it as a new screen in order to always have a backup of the old screen. So let's call it C3, C4, and then let's call it Brain Boost Connected. Now I want to move out of this screen right now. In order to just change the screen, I will implement a new connection. So let's use this one and go press the button E for edit. So once I press E, you can design the protocol whatever you like to. I mean, you probably know this. And all you need to know is press DirectX and place it somewhere. Let's place it somewhere where it's not super huge. Now, it asks you to select a certain connector, and we will use the Brain Assistant connector we just copied. Let's press OK, and we can now exit the editation mode. Now we see here, bottom right, that there it says linked instruments. Let me move this one over a little bit. It says linked instruments, but there are no linked instruments right now. So I'll move this one. We don't need it. Oh, excuse me. All we now need to do is we need to make sure to connect it to the right instruments. So this connector now sends the right information to the Brain Assistant. You need to right-click tiny little bit next to the connector. So right here, right click and say link to instrument. And now we can link all the instruments. We want the data to be transferred to our Brain Assistant. So basically all the games of the Brain Assistant to react on what condition. In this case, I want theta, alpha, SMR, high beta. These would be the 4 bar graphs we see right here, and say press OK. We now see here it pops up that they are connected. What we want to do is obviously save the screen. Yes, we want to override. Now we overrode the screen. Let's check out the Brain Assistant. It already says connected, green check. This is good. This means that all the games will now react. If it doesn't show up connected, then you do want to close everything. So also BioTrace, and then open it again. So be always careful that you choose the right protocol that has the connector in it. You can easily check this by just placing the connector, the DirectX, either naming it correct or placing it to a spot where you can see the tiny little bit. So don't move it completely out of the picture. That's how you connect your this is how you connect your protocols to our Brain Assistant. You need to do this with every protocol you want data to be transferred to our Brain Assistant.